It's time for books. So call out to Mum or Dad and let's rock and read. Today, I'll be reading you Chapter 25 and 26 of Wayside School Beneath the Cloud of Doom. Chapter 25, Jump Rope Arithmetic. On day 2, the major event was Jump Rope Arithmetic. It is just what you'd expect from the name. The children had to answer arithmetic problems while jumping rope. They earned 1 point for each jump of a rope. They could choose either to use 1 rope or 2 at a time. 2 ropes are harder, but the points added up more quickly. If they answered a problem wrong or tripped over a rope, they were done. Joy, of course, chose 2 ropes. This is her special talent. Like Joe's upside down jingle bells or Dana's funny faces. 4 plus 7, asked Miss Jules. Woomph, 11, replied Joy. Woomph, 2 points, and she only had to answer 1 question. Woomph, 3 times 9. Woomph, 20, woomph, 7. Woomph. She continued with ease, skipping lightly over the ropes while rattling off answers. Lou and Miss Nogard turned the ropes for her. Miss Nogard was everyone's favourite substitute teacher, especially Lewis's. By the time Joy reached 65 points, nearly everyone else in her class had finished jumping. Ron had earned 23 points. Dee Dee only got 6. Jumping rope wasn't easy for her, since one leg was shorter than the other. DJ had the highest score so far with 84 points. In the history of the ultimate test, nobody had ever broken 100. Woomph, woomph. 12 divided by 4, asked Miss Jules. Woomph, woomph, 3, said Joy. Woomph, woomph. A circle of children formed around her. They cheered each correct answer. Go, Joy, go, shouted Mac. When she reached 8 points, even Miss Jules started to get excited. 38, woomph, plus 14, woomph, 52, woomph. She was now tied with DJ. 100 and woomph, 43, woomph, divided by woomph, 11, 13. Everyone took up Mac's call. Go, Joy, go! Go, Joy, go! They shouted. Lewis and Miss Nogard's arm were getting tired, but they continued to twirl the ropes. They knew they were part of history. Joy's now up to 99. Go, Joy, go! Woomph, woomph. 29 times 4, shouted Miss Jules. Woomph, woomph. 116, Joy easily answered. Everyone whooped and hollered. That's a new world record, exclaimed Dee Dee. Woomph, woomph. 6 times 7s. Woomph, woomph. Joy lay sprawled across the blacktop. 6s and 7s always tripped her up. Still, she'd broken 100 and set a new world record. Her classmates rushed up to her. You're the best ever, Sir Kathy. True, Joy agreed. There was 1 jumper left. Woomph. 16 minus 11. Woomph. 5, said Marisha. Marisha used only 1 rope. Miss Mush and Mr. Pepperanda turned it for her. She jumped with both feet at the same time and held her breath every time she jumped. Woomph. 9 times 8. Woomph. 72. Woomph. Joy continued to line the blacktop as she listened to the slow woomping. She imagined the Solid Girl trophy with her name on it. Her picture would be in newspapers all around the world. She'd go on TV where famous people would ask her questions about jumping rope and arithmetic. Maybe they'd put her in a movie. When she came out of her daydream, she was still surprised to hear the jump rope still whoomphing. 0 times 1,000. Whoomph, 0. Joy sat up to see that a circle of kids were surrounding Marisha. They cheered every one of her answers. Whoomph! She headed over and poked him in the back of his neck. What's her score so far? 66, he told her. Joy wasn't too worried. She was sure her best friend would whoomph out at any moment. She didn't start to worry until Marisha reached 80. Whoomph! 16 times 7. Whoomph! 272. Whoomph! Well, sure, Joy thought bitterly. 16s and 17s were a lot easier than 6s and 7s. In the end, Marisha whoomph out on an easy one. 2 plus 3. She was probably just tired. She'd been jumping for almost an hour and earned 211 points. Joy didn't see her fall. She'd quit watching long before. Chapter 26. The ultimate test. Yes, that's 2 ultimates. The word ultimate has 2 meanings. It could mean final, or it could be mean most important. The stairway quiz was both. It was the final event of the third day and it counted double. The students were worn out before they started. They'd already had the science core right and left handwriting, animal imitations, upside down singing and blindfolded smelling. The stairway quiz would require knowledge, stamina and, most important, speed. This was Dee Dee's special talent. Dee Dee was a pretty fast runner on flat ground, but she was even faster going up and down stairs. That was because her left leg was a little bit shorter than her right leg. Or maybe it was the other way around. Either way, it gave her an obvious advantage. Lewis, the art teacher, stood next to the bottom step. On your mark, get called out, get set. Lewis blew his whistle. The children rushed past him, knees pumping and elbows flailing. Dee Dee started way back in the pack, but besides her uneven legs, she had another advantage. She was skinny and short. She could squeeze past the slower kids ahead of her, and they were all slower than Dee Dee. As she neared the third floor, only Damien remained ahead of her. A man with a black mustache was waiting on the landing. How many quarts in a gallon? He asked Damien. 8, said Damien. Damien was sent back down to the first floor. Name a city in England, he said to Dee Dee. London, Dee Dee shouted, and continued up. Dr. Pickle was waiting on the fourth floor. Are dreams real, he asked. Dee Dee was stumped. She could hear other kids shouting upstairs behind her. She hated to have to go back down. They're real dreams, she said. Dr. Pickle rubbed his beard. Very interesting answer, he said, and let her pass. By the time she reached the 9th floor, she could only hear distant footsteps behind her. What do you call someone who writes books like Miss Ella? You don't call them, said Dee Dee. You must never interrupt a great author during her moment of inspiration. I think you, said the correct answer in there somewhere, the librarian decided. On the 12th floor, the man with the mustache was waiting again. Dee Dee wondered how he had gotten ahead of her. Name the largest river in the United States. Dee Dee couldn't remember its name, but she knew how to spell it. Mississippi. Miss Mush asked a question on the 15th floor. How many points had a fork? Dee Dee formed a picture of a fork in her mind, but when she tried to count the points, they blurred. 3, she tried. I'm so sorry, Dee Dee, said Miss Mush. She didn't have to go all the way back down to the bottom, just to the 10th. Ron was coming up the other way. Hi, Dee Dee, he greeted her. Hi, Ron, said Dee Dee. I hope you studied your forks and spoons. She reached the 10th, answered another question there, then again on the 11th and 12th. Ron was coming down. Hi, Ron. Hi, Dee Dee. She reached Miss Mush a second time. What was Christopher Columbus' favourite vegetable? asked the lady. Dee Dee knew the one. Cabbage! She spent the 2 whole nights studying the history of cabbage. When she reached the 18th floor, the man with the mustache was there again. Are the zebras black with white stripes or white with black stripes? Dee thought it was the same thing, but knew that had to be wrong. The first one, she guessed. What was that, white with black stripes or black with white stripes? I don't remember, said Dee Dee. Me neither, the man admitted, and let her pass. A tall, thin woman asked the next question. She looked like a teacher, but Dee Dee had never seen her before. Strange, the woman had one very long fingernail on her pinky. Please recite the alphabet backward. Dee had to close her eyes to concentrate. Z, Y, X. It took her a long time in her mind. Dee had to keep saying the alphabet forward in order to figure out the next backward letter. She could hear footsteps coming closer, and Marisha came up alongside her. What are you stopping for? Marisha asked. Dee looked around. The woman with the long fingernail was gone. CBA, she finished, just in case. Dee Dee and Marisha continued up together, reaching the 20th floor at the same time. The mustache man was back again. How many toes does a 3-toed sloth have? He asked. That had to be the easy question yet, thought Dee Dee. 3, she said. 12, said Marisha. Dee Dee was sent back to the 15th floor. Now she really had to turn on the jets. She leaped around and over the other kids on the way down, and then using her uneven legs, she practically flew back up the stairs as she answered all the questions correctly. She shot past Marisha between the 28th and 29th floors, answered a question about the different kinds of dirt, and then finally reached the top of the stairs where Miss Jules was waiting. How many points in a fork? Miss Jules asked. I already had that question, Dee Dee said as she took several long, deep breaths. Her heart was pounding. Good, then you know the answer. Once again, Dee Dee tried to picture a fork in her mind. It was either 3 or 4. 12, she declared, still confused about the sloth with its 3 toes and 4 feet. She trudged back down. Hi, Dee Dee, said Marisha on her way up. Dee Dee didn't say hi back. After school, only 3 of the Unbreakables could be seen by the flagpole. Marisha was still inside the school. Photographers were snapping her picture, and she was being questioned by newspaper reporters from all around the world. When she finally came upstairs, she was carrying a giant trophy. Sorry it took so long, she said. You must think you're really great, said Joy. Marisha shrugged. Well, you should, Saran, because you are, said Edie. Marisha set down her trophy and said, you guys are the greatest friends ever. They held out their hands, locked pinkies and thumbs, and shouted, Unbreakable! Friends stick by each other when one is down. That is a true test of friendship. But sometimes it is harder to stick by a friend who is up. That is the ultimate test of friendship. And that was chapter 25 and 26 of Wayside School Beneath the Cloud of Doom. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!